What's up, guys? Welcome back to another review of 2023 LEGO sets. Today we're taking a look at the brand new January 1st TIE Bomber. This is set number 75347, recommended for ages 9 and up. Will retail for $64.99 here in the US, again on January 1st. I want to give a huge thanks to LEGO for sending over a copy for us to take a look at today. Now, I'm super happy we're getting some more Return of the Jedi sets. You'll actually notice on the box art here, it's his 40th anniversary in recognition of Return of the Jedi, which is nice. One of my favorite Star Wars movies, and it's nice to see something other than the prequels and all that kind of stuff that we've been getting a lot of. So right off the bat here, just a general overview of everything is included here. Of course, you have the TIE Bomber, you have a utility car that also has an extra cargo of missiles, you get a gonk droid, and then 3 minifigures, and we'll start with those guys. So first up here, we have Vice Admiral Sloane. Now, as far as I know, she's actually a character most prominent in comics and Legends. If you played Squadrons, she's actually in it very briefly, but she's one of the officers in the Empire. Other than that, I don't really know too much about her. The minifigure itself is pretty bland. There's nothing too crazy going on. Of course, you have the Imperial prints on the top. You have the red and the blue squares, the pens on either side of the torso, and nothing crazy going on other than that. But it is cool to see another Legends obscure thing that we're getting in LEGO, sort of like we got the 187th from the fighter tank. Now we're getting something a little different, which is cool. And then next here you have Darth Vader, and it is worth mentioning it is the exact same minifigure as we've seen before from Darth Vader. However, there is a new head print. Of course, this is from Return of the Jedi, so the head is actually going to be a brand new print. It's meant to resemble, obviously, Darth Vader's older age as we've seen him in the original trilogy, and the prints are nice. So we've gotten like the younger Anakin Darth Vader print in the Obi-Wan versus Vader, and now we have the older head, which is cool. You're kind of coming full circle with all of the different variants of Darth Vader. And then last but not least here, we have the TIE Bomber pilot. Of course, if you have a TIE fighter, TIE Bomber, X-Wing, anything like that, you're gonna need a bomber pilot, or any pilot for that matter, and this is exactly what we get here. Nothing too crazy here. This is the exact same thing we've gotten in years past from different variants of the fighter pilots or bomber pilots from the Imperials. And then I guess the last character or minifigure, if you will, is the gonk droid. I'm not too sure why we got a gonk droid here. It looks kind of cool. Nothing real to say about it. It's just kind of there. And then other than the actual TIE Bomber, we do have this small little sort of utility craft, I guess, to load and unload the missiles, which I'll get into in a little bit, but there is an area for a minifigure to stand up on. Now, getting on into the bomber here, this is a really good sized bomber. This is pretty close to minifigure scale, if I had to imagine. I've really only seen minifigure scale bomber, at least TIE Bomber for that matter, from Brick Vault, and this looks pretty similar. So overall, in terms of design, it's a really sturdy design. The bulk of the weight's going to be in the middle of it, which is really cool. On either side here, you have 2 sets of wings. They're connected by hinge plates, so you can technically move them around if you wanted to, sort of like this. Now, personally, I don't know why you'd want to do something like this, but I guess that's just kind of the technique that LEGO used, and it looks really, really good. On the back of the bomber here, you have a lot of the quarter cylinder pieces wrapped around in a circle, and in the middle here, you have some 1x1 transparent red pieces to represent the engines, which is a nice touch. I'm really interested to see if any companies make light up kits for this that could be really small and kind of fit in there. So if you're a light company, you want to send something my way, let me know. Then in terms of other play features here, there are pretty much 2 different play features. So basically in the front here, we have the stud shooters. These are like the stud cannons, not necessarily the boring shooters. So they do go pretty far. And then the main attraction here, of course, it is a bomber, so you have to be able to bomb things. So on the left side of the bomber here, you'll see an open top area, and you're going to have 4 missiles, and it's actually just as simple as pushing the missiles down, and then they're going to basically get launched from the bottom of the bomber. It's a pretty cool technique here. It's really simplified, and I really don't think there's anything necessary more to include to a play function like this, so it does work really well. There's 4 different missiles here, and then again you have 2 more in reserve on like the sort of cart thing. And then taking a quick look here at the front of the bomber, on the left side here you have the cockpit. It does lift up nice and easy, so you can expose it. You can't see the minifigure through the cockpit piece, which I thought was a little weird. It's basically covered by plates, so you can't really see into the cockpit, which is a little bit weird to me. It's not like a detractor or anything. It doesn't take away from my value of the set, but it's just weird. But there is a cockpit piece there. There's no plates on the bottom, so you kind of just slide your minifigure in there, so it is a little loose, which is kind of weird, but it is pretty easy for sake of play. You kind of just throw them in there, and that's it, which I guess is a good thing. But overall, this is a really good looking bomber. This is definitely something mock quality too, at least in my opinion. You know, I kind of judge sets by if they're usable in a mock, a custom mock, or just kind of like a little playset. And I think this is something you can definitely see this in a mock you see at any conventions or online or on YouTube. I think the level of detail is good here. Of course, the bomber is going to be primarily made up of grays and blacks and neutral colors, but I just also love the details on the sides here. There's a great amount of black tile. You have the sandwich tile, the 2x2s, the 2x4s, and you also have some pretty cool hinge plates connecting everything, and even some really cool details like the 2x2 printed tile right here in the middle. So there's a lot of great stuff to look at for this. I think $64.99 is a pretty solid price. I would say this is much better than Lego's previous version of the TIE Fighter. I think there were no sacrifices with this. I think Lego did and included everything that should be included in a TIE Bomber, and I look forward to buying a couple of more of these. That way, if I ever do a mock in the future needing TIE Bombers, this is going to fit really well. That is going to wrap up my review of the brand new TIE Bomber. Again, this comes out on January 1st for $64.99 here in the US. A huge thanks to Lego for sending over a copy for us to take a look at today, guys. Let me know down below in the comments, what do you think? Is this a day one pickup, or are you going to kind of hold off? Let me know what you guys are thinking down below in the comment section. I'll see you guys later. Take it easy. Peace.